What's going on YouTube and Flock Nation? It's Flock Nation Fumbles back with another video. It's been about a month since I've been back on here. Last time I believe I was talking about the Ravens off-season outlook, what I was projecting to happen. This video we're going to be talking about the Ravens free agency so far. We've had a very interesting free agency, to say the least. A little bit controversial, if you may. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. The whole Max Crosby trade fiasco, then signing Trey Hendrickson like 12 hours later after we backed out of the deal. I believe it was a Friday night when I saw that we traded our 14th pick of the first round this year and next year's first round pick for Max Crosby. Like, I was pretty ecstatic. I was texting my boy, big #1 Titans fan, Israel, about it. Well, he's the one that put me on the trade, and I was like, no way. And I was ecstatic about it, and then the news of us backing out of it happened. So our GM came out and said that he wanted both Max Crosby and Trey Hendrickson, but the physical fell through, obviously. That trade was pending a physical. Either way you look at it, like, if the Ravens basically got buyer's remorse or they just fell on bad luck, either way it was a smart decision to back out of it, just because with us getting back that first round pick, we do have 11 draft picks this year, which is pretty good. Ravens are a very good team on getting compensatory picks because we lose so many free agents each year, especially this year. We'll get to that. We lost I'd say 9 of the 10 free agency players this year. So far we've signed Trey Hendrickson to a 4-year deal. He is going to help our pass rush tremendously next season. He's so good, and he's gonna pressure quarterbacks, definitely. And Jesse Minter's probably frothing at the mouth of thinking of just like defensive play calls for Trey Hendrickson to get him like speeding off the edge to get sacks. We signed a tight end, a blocking tight end from the Bears, Smythe. He's probably just going to be blocking for Derrick Henry, blocking O-line, tight end. We got a safety from the Patriots that's pretty good. He was like their leading interception machine last year. I forgot his name. Hawkins, yeah, that's his name. And then we re-signed, we got John Simpson back at a guard. He's going to be plugged into one of the guard positions. He's had a stint with us before. Now on to players that we lost. We've lost a couple players to the Giants. We lost our punter, Stout, to the Giants. We lost safety Ardarius Washington to the Giants, and we lost tight end Isaiah Likely to the Giants. I had a feeling we was going to lose Likely after we re-signed Mark Andrews during the regular season. Isaiah Likely hurts quite a bit, losing him. In my opinion, I believe he is the better tight end of the two. He's more explosive. Mark Andrews, he disappears quite a bit sometimes during games. So it'll be interesting to see if we draft a tight end or two in the draft, or we re-sign like a tight end, or we sign someone else in the free agency. We also lost center Tyler Linderbaum to the Raiders. That was a big one. Supposedly, Ravens offered him a big contract, but the Raiders basically broke open the wallet and gave Linderbaum a market offsetting a market explosive market deal, record-setting one. So he's gone. He's gonna have to be replaced. Who else did we lose? We lost Keaton Mitchell. He was supposed to be exclusive rights free agent, but he went to the Chargers. We decided not to sign his tender. He's gone, so he's an explosive one. So we're just gonna be keeping Derrick Henry, Justice Hill, Ollie. Probably draft somebody. Who else we lose? Thinking. Draymond Jones, Aloe Gilman. That's it, I believe. David Ojabo, but he wasn't really that great. He went to Miami. So now that we have our 14th pick in the draft, and the free agency is kind of like slowing down now. Not too many big names getting signed or traded, even though Jalen Waddle did get traded today to the Broncos. With the 14th pick, I believe right now our weaknesses are our offensive line. I do believe we need to get another receiver. Probably good to get another edge rusher. We're most likely going to be picking an offensive lineman. Probably someone to take Linderbaum's spot, or just like our guards are pretty weak. Or not? No, our guards are pretty weak. So we're probably going in that direction, first round of the draft. I would like us to either sign Tyreek Hill or Jawan Jennings, or trade for AJ Brown if it's reasonable. Preferably, I think I would like to get Jawan Jennings. We'll stay tuned on Lamar Jackson's contract extension. They were able to trim down his cap hit to like 34 million this year. So like we got like an extra 30-40 million in cap room. But now that's kind of like down to like 28-30 now with all the signings and with the big Trey Hendrickson like contract. So yeah, we still have some missing pieces that we need to get filled. Definitely need to work on offensive line, edge rush. We need at least one more offensive piece to complement Zay, because Bateman's like hit or miss. We need to refill our tight end room again. So things aren't awful, but things aren't great for Ravens right now. Definitely so far I'd give them like a C+ when it comes to like free agency. We'll see how my grade changes after the draft and then wave 2 of free agency. With that said, that's the end of the video. This one's going to be a little bit shorter. So stay tuned. Before the draft's like next month. I think like the 11th or 12th is the first round. So I'm going to be doing next couple videos. It's going to be like top 10 favorite Ravens players of all time. And then I'm going to do like my top 10 favorite games I've ever watched as a Raven fan. And I'll try to think of a couple other things to do before the draft. And then we'll talk about like the draft and all that jazz. So with that further ado, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all's pretty faces later.